Hey, Gavox here. So, I get it. It's fun to freak out. It's fun to get angry. But I don't understand the community right now. There's a lot of people freaking out about the draft promo saying it's the worst of the year. How could EA do this? And when I first looked at it, I thought the same thing. But then guess what? I think further than that. And I know a lot of other people do too. So, let's kind of shed light on the weirdness and like people just reacting without thinking that is happening right now in the MUT community, because this is blowing my mind right now. So strange that people hate this. All right, so I'm gonna go over the news. It's old news from this morning, so less than 10 hours, maybe more hours old. So make sure to play the NFL draft. We're getting an NFL draft experience. Watch my video yesterday for exactly what's going to happen in the draft. Basically the same thing as last year is going to happen again this year. People are saying it's a blitz promo. It's like last year. It's not a blitz promo. It's going to be solo store offers. Just look at that video yesterday, okay? But I guess it's kind of close. We're kind of using the word blitz loosely. So you're going to get picks. You're going to get a bunch of them. You're going to try and make some sets. There's reroll sets for these cards now. These cards are in packs for the collectible. You can resell them too. 1 through 32, you can reroll for 32,000 picks. I'll go over to my spreadsheet right here. You guys have the same opportunity. I'll put it in the description. So the draft rerolls. So number 1 overall goes for 62,000. This will be 99 overall. 2 through 5, 98, 97, 96, 95. So you can re-roll them for whatever your team number is. I have 20 for the Steelers. I did this re-roll, I think, 3 times. I got number 5 and number 2. So I'm okay at the moment. I'm going to sit there, and we'll talk about strategy with how to approach this in a second. So people are like, the biggest thing to be angry about this entire thing is the solos that you've done all month. I've seen this it's kind of a big deal. People are like, you didn't give us enough to do. We've done these solos every day for a month, and you're not even giving us a card. We're going to get more solos the night of. Generally, those solos will allow us to get a draft player the night of. So these draft daily challenges, if you look at it in a way where you get 2,000 coins per solo plus 1 draft pick, right? And that draft pick piece goes for anywhere from 2,000 to 7,000 coins. So you get 2,000 plus a minimum. So for a moment, you get 4,000 coins a day. That's not a bad ratio, and I don't think that's worth freaking out about. So in the sets here, people are like, oh, these sets are terrible. There's so many of these things worth it. And when you actually look into it, they're not that bad. They're not that bad, but people wanted to freak out. I don't know why they need to freak out before really doing the math. So the Saquon Barkley card. Let's go to the number 2. I speak over the number 1 because it's so much different than the rest of them. We can circle back to that, though. So Saquon Barkley. He goes for 42. We'll say 4,500. We don't know if these things are going to go up. So if you go equals, we'll say 4,500 times 72 of them. So it's going to cost you 324,000 coins to get the number 2 overall pick. And that's going to be a 98 overall. 98 overalls right now. If you're going for the cheapest one, I think Marino's going for 250 to 280. So the 98 overall number 2 pick, new content coming tomorrow, currently costs you 320. And of course, if you snipe them, you can get them cheaper. So you could get this one through doing the solos, and there will be more solos. So I just don't get it. It's slightly more expensive than 98s are right now, but there are 98s well over 320 also, when you look at like the Randy Mosses of the world. So I'm not seeing that. Of course, you can say, oh, you're cherry picking number 2. Let's try it out with number 1. So number 1, we'll go back to that. First pick. And of course, some of these, because of the way the thresholds fall, some of them are going to be more expensive than others. So like I think the number 6 is probably the worst one of it. But Mayfield, he is going for 60, we'll say 7,000 coins. We'll round up to 7,000. So equals 94, I think it is. Let me double check. 94 times 7,000. So 650,000 coins for number 1 overall. That's expensive. It's going to be a 99 overall card. If it's Kyler Murray, I think it's worth it. If it's not, if it's Quinnen Williams, Bosa, something like that, definitely not worth it. Definitely not doing. So this set here for number 1, too expensive. I would recommend, if you're looking for the number 1 overall pick, definitely don't do this set right now. If you pulled it out of a pack, say out of like a topper or a reroll set, definitely hold on to it. Because if it's Kyler, I think it's going to be worth that. If it's not, because people are going to be hyped for a new Kyler Murray card. But if it's not, then you go ahead and roll it for picks and then reroll for another number, or turn your picks into other cards like that through reroll sets or any other way you want to move your picks. So the sets aren't as bad as people think, because people are like, oh my god, it's so many of them, 72 for each of them. But when you look, even just random number 13, 72, how much are these things going for? Payne is at 2,300, we'll round up to 2,500. I guess it's 3,000 is safe. 3,000 times 72. So equals 3,000 times 72 of them. I mean, that's 216,000 for what's going to be, is that a 96? It's expensive. It's a brand new card. They're always expensive when they're brand new. So I don't get the freak out on the sets. They're fine. They're nothing valuable, but it is what it is. New draft cards, right? Rerolls and stuff. So I'm not with the community on that outrage. It doesn't seem like where we want to locate our outrage, as there's so many worse things in this game. So that's a freak out set, not worth doing. I pulled packs, a few of them. The packs suck today. Don't get those. Wait till the actual draft. I'll be streaming during it. Wait for the actual draft to go and grab the packs, because these right now, I pulled a bundle. I pulled for the topper, and that's why I think I pulled number 5 overall out of that one. Or was that number 2? I think I pulled one of those two. I don't know if it was a reroll or not. So the packs right now, not really worth it. Wait to save, because we're going to get like probably limited time cards like we got last year, I would imagine. So draft night's going to be pretty spectacular. But other than that, like, this promo, it's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's because we haven't had any content the last few days. People are still angry. But I don't see it. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments for being positive. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I got to call it like I see it. This one's not really that bad. No really way to make... I did... Here, let me show you this. I did the percentage-wise on the rerolls. So if you reroll correctly, based off probability, so 1 out of 32 for the number 1 overall pick, times the number of payouts you get, you're actually going to lose 3,000 per roll based off probability if all odds are equal. So 29,000, you got to pay 32,000. So you're going to lose quite a bit if you're re-rolling these things, but that's the gamblers. That's the house take. EA tries to always make it so the house takes on these gamble sets because they're a casino. So these ones aren't worth it. We did a little rolls today. Had a little chat participation. Not worth it for this re-roll either, unless, of course, because there aren't too many. I mean, you can get lucky, but there aren't as many 82, 83 overalls. So you're generally going to lose on that. But draft right now, I think it's shaping up to be fine. I'm excited. The only downside of the draft is there's going to be a lot of linemen taken high. So nobody's really excited about defensive linemen entering the game because we got LT, we got Mac, we got Von, we got so many other guys that can play the defensive line so well. That new Bosa and so on and so forth, Quinnen. It's going to be kind of like, I mean, it's a D tackle. Like, what's the big deal about it, right? They all kind of play the same. So that's the most disappointing part. I mean, you can say that about any position now. That's the most disappointing part about the promo is the actual talent in IRL isn't in those skill positions. I mean, DK Metcalf, if he goes early, he'll be in demand, whatever pick that is. We'll see with the master sets because that'll probably cause cards to be in demand. Because last year, I remember the master set made the 98s more valuable than the number 1 overall pick, at least for a while. So that was interesting, I guess. Overall, though, I'm fine with it. I hope packs get better value, and that they give the good solos to give us a free draft player, maybe even of our choosing, or 2. But we'll see what they have coming up in store for us. But let me know what you guys think. Are you guys freaking out? The solos they added today, House Rules sucks, but you know that's House Rules. I don't think it's Elo based this week. Seemed like easier competition, but that's Mutt. Enjoy. That's the video. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.